Hello everyone. Happy to be here. Happy to have all of you here, and happy to have Sunshine here with us once again for our lecture today on the Living Spring book from Chico Xavier. In the chapter we are going to study together, review together, led by Sunshine today, is the chapter 105, called You Are the Light. So before we invite Sunshine to share a little bit of what she has for us, I'd like to invite all of us to close our eyes, to breathe slowly, bringing the air inside and exhaling the air. Let's do that for a couple of times. In and out, in and out. And let's be present. Let's be present in this moment, which is a gift that God gives to us to think, to reflect, and learn. Let's thank all the spiritual guides, mentors who have been supporting us in our spiritual journey, in our development, in our growth, allowing us to be here, allowing us to spread the word and study the work of God and Jesus. Lastly, let's thank our dear Sunshine that collaborates with us, spreading the word of God and sharing her learnings and everything that she knows, she experiences, and she lives day in, day out in her spiritual path. God bless her, inspire her, and protect all of us here who are truly interested in learning and growing with Jesus and all the spiritual support. Thank you. And Sunshine, I hand over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So today, hello everyone. So today we're reading chapter 105 from the book Living Spring by Emmanuel through Chico Xavier. And the chapter starts with a quote by Jesus, which we find in Matthew 5:14. And there he says, "You are the light of the world." And then Emmanuel's comment is as follows. When Christ told his disciples that they were the light of the world, he conferred a tremendous responsibility on them. The mission of light is to illuminate roads, scatter darkness, and save lives, a mission that is invariably carried out at the cost of the fuel that feeds it. The candle flame burns the liquefied wax of the wick. The electric light consumes power from the substation. And light, whether from the sun or from the candelabra, is always a message of security, discernment, comfort, and joy for those upon whom they shine. Therefore, if we are to grasp Christ's lesson and are interested in following him, then we must be willing to donate our energies to the ongoing activity of the good, so that the good news may shine on the pathway of redemption for all. Christians that do not have a spirit of selflessness are like a dead torch in the sanctuary of the gospel. Let us seek the Lord, offering the best of ourselves to others. Let us follow him, helping others indiscriminately. Let us not get entangled in conflicts or pointless inquiries. You are the light of the world. Our Master has exhorted us, and the light does not argue, but clarifies, aids, helps, and illuminates. So let us spend a few minutes to digest this message with a few comments so that we can truly feel it. So let us remember for a moment, while we are invited to be the light of the earth, Jesus told us in John 8:12 that I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. So no wonder that Emmanuel is pointing towards Jesus, towards the Christ consciousness, as Jesus is the true light. Yet we are the lights too. So the closer we draw to Jesus, the more we can let our light shine. But let us look further what Emmanuel told us. However, before we go there, we want to also look at the section that Emmanuel builds his commentary on in context. That section was, you are the light of the world. That's what Jesus invited us and told us that we are. And we find that in Matthew 5:13 to 20. Now, we're not going to read the whole section, but just the one piece where this excerpt was taken from. And here it is. So it is in Matthew 5:13 that describes the essential role Jesus's disciples and followers serve on the earth, and that is us. They are the salt of the earth and the light of the world. Here it is, you are the light of the world. These metaphors represent the impact Christians are meant to have in the world. So we will now look a little bit deeper into the light of the world. However, let us not overlook the salt part either. So the salt of the earth, while we can't talk about it right now because it would go beyond the scope of our meeting, however, the salt of the earth essentially means that we are valuable disciples of Jesus when we are incorporating Christ's consciousness. And with that, then we can let our light shine brighter. So Emmanuel starts off by telling us that the fact that we are the light of the world comes with a tremendous responsibility. So this responsibility is not supposed to bring us down like a yoke, but just to wake us up, to make us aware that we must not waste time, that this is important, that we don't hold the light, our light in, that we don't become misers of the light either, but that whatever we know and have learned to incorporate in terms of Jesus's wisdom and knowledge and love, we are supposed to share with our brothers and sisters. So let us not overlook that we have the divine talisman right now, which is time based on Neo Lucio in the book, Jesus in the Home. And let us make use of it the most effective and loving and kind way. So let us take this responsibility very seriously. Then Emmanuel continues to tell us that the mission of the light is to illuminate. So in other words, what is our mission in this lifetime and in other lifetimes? Our mission is to use our light to illuminate roads. And the roads, we can say, it's not only our own road, our own life path, our own mission, work, whatever it may entail, but also those of our brothers and sisters. We're sharing the light. We're like the sunshine that shines brightly, even when there's clouds, and is not discriminating. And as a result of the light shining, darkness dissipates. And what happens when darkness dissipates? Well, then we also see within ourselves the areas that need a little help, Like we see all of a sudden those cobwebs that are stuck that need to be cleared out so that our light can even become brighter. And that is called inner transformation. That is our inner work, because it is in Light Ahead where Emmanuel tells us that the spiritual revolution is from the inside out. So all the transformation starts within. And by letting our light shine further, we can actually save lives, Emmanuel tells us. Because how many people don't know they have the light, or are not connected to Jesus, or have lost their connection for a while. And in that very moment, to come with the warmth of the light, let us imagine the warmth of the sun. That can really help so many brothers and sisters to rekindle their own light, to become hopeful again, and not make choices that they will regret later on. The light is a message of security, Emmanuel tells us. It's also a message of discernment, comfort, and joy. So when we let our light shine, it's like a cloak of warmth that we surround our brothers and sisters and ourselves with. That gives everyone security. It feels warm and fuzzy. All of a sudden, the problems that we believe we have become less. It is so often that the children are scared in the darkness. And when the light goes on, all the fear dissipates. That is the security. And even we adults, we have light on when it gets dark, so we can see better and we feel safe. The light of discernment is very important, since we need to make choices with the Christ consciousness. We need to be discerning, and light offers comfort and, of course, joy. So in order for us to grasp Christ's lesson, we need to become more selfless. That means our selfishness and pride, our ego, needs to go in the back seat of the car. And we need to let our spirit, Christ in our spirit, be in the driver's seat. And that is the light that we are shining. So it is absolutely paramount that we release our selfishness and pride. And we need to donate our energies then for the good. Now, the less selfish we are, the more we can show up for ourselves and our brothers and sisters. And by ourselves, we mean not in a selfish way, but in a self-full way. We're working on our inner transformation and then walking the talk and donating it in form of light to our brothers and sisters. Charity is of the utmost importance. And that is not just the material charity, it's also and most and foremost the spiritual charity, which the spirits in the Spirits book defined as benevolence towards all. So we're seeing the good in everything and everyone, indulgence towards others' imperfections, and very importantly, forgiveness for self and others. We just finished the book, Forgiveness as the Way and the Way to Forgiveness by Alberto Almeida. It is such an integral work for us to let our light shine brighter. We need to forgive. And that is charitable. So what is our invitation? Our invitation that Emmanuel extends to us is that we're invited that we need to seek the Lord, offering the best of ourselves. If we look back to the beginning of this talk, we learned that Jesus is the light of the world, but he told us we are too. So Jesus, however, is our guide and model, and he is the one who helps us let our light shine brighter, to become less selfish, to be more charitable. So let us follow him, helping others indiscriminately. Let us follow him. Let us walk in his footsteps. And the helping others indiscriminately is very important. Just like the sun does not discern between a so-called criminal and a saint. The sun shines on everyone. So let us stay clear of conflicts. Very important as well, as most issues also in the worldwide perspective are rooted in us blaming our brothers and sisters, not taking responsibility, which breeds conflict. And it's all steeped in our ego, in our selfishness and pride. So let us stay clear of conflicts. So then how do we do it? And for that, we're branching out a little bit. So in John 8:12, we learn that our fuel is Jesus Christ, which is absolutely befitting Emmanuel's message, because essentially he's saying the exact same thing. Our fuel is Jesus Christ. It is he, the divine master, who is our sublime guiding light. Emmanuel tells us in Thought and Life, chapter 5. So Jesus is our guide, is our shining light. And then also in Thought and Life, chapter 4, Emmanuel says, 2 wings are needed for the human spirit to ascend to God. One is love and the other wisdom. Another very important important point for us to remember how we can let our light shine. We have 2 wings like a bird. And we know from birds that those 2 wings need to be equally strong for a bird to rise, to soar. So our 2 wings are wisdom and knowledge, studying, and not just knowledge from the outside in, but our own, getting to know ourselves better, to work on our inner transformation, to become more wise, and love, which means then to put our wisdom into practice. And that is when we let our light shine. Let the light of the gospel shine through our words. Emmanuel says in Viña de Luz, chapter 159, which we also find in Light Ahead, chapter 55. Let the light of the gospel shine through your words. And our words stem from our thoughts and feelings. They're the first extension of our thoughts and feelings. And out of that also come actions. That actions speak louder than words even. So these are all ways for us to let our light shine and how we can do it. Then Emmanuel says in Living Spring, you are the light of the earth, and the light does not argue. So he says it in 2 different places. So what does the light do then? The light clarifies. The light helps. And of course, we can replace the word light with us. We clarify. We help to settle conflicts. We explain things. We're getting the bigger picture and we share it. We help our brothers and sisters. We help to illuminate their sorrows, their paths, whatever it may be. We give without demanding. The light gives without demanding. We give without demanding anything in return. We work for God. So that is our recompense. And we find that in Light Ahead, chapter 49. And then Emmanuel in Light Ahead, chapter 49 also says, the light sows renewed hope. So the light is very comforting, very consoling. It sows new hope, which then in turn alleviates the sorrows and can save lives. And the light does not discriminate. Let us not forget the sun that shines and shines on everyone. So, and as a final summary of our chapter, let's look to Joanna de Angelis for a moment. Chapter 128 in Happy Life. She speaks to the same thing, and it's so beautiful. She says, there is a sun shining within you. So there's our outside sun, but then we have the light, right? Our inner sun. And that inner sun is Christ's presence in your heart. Christ's presence in our hearts. And that is with love as its fuel. Your light will shine ever brighter, radiating its blessings in all directions. So it is all about love at the end of the day. This universe is love. We are love. Our light is love, with love as its fuel. And it is the Christ presence that lives in our hearts. And that means we are less selfish, but more giving. So may your light shine far and wide. Let us walk Jesus's message. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sunshine. You want to help us doing the final
Thank
prayer?
you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Are we ready for the prayer, for the closing prayer?
Yeah.
Okay. So let us close our eyes. Let's for a moment feel our bodies, our feet on the ground, Mother Earth, saying hello, dear Mother Earth. Thank you. Thank you for your sustenance. And let us connect with our breath, taking deep inhales and exhales. Let us for a moment connect to our hearts, our beautiful hearts, both the physical heart as well as our heart chakra that connects us to our brothers and sisters. And let us say hello to Jesus, to God, to the mentors, the healing doctors. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here and opening us up to your beautiful energy, the healing that we will receive at this very moment through your light, dear Jesus. Let us visualize ourselves completely open in heart and mind, in body, mind, and spirit. And let us visualize this beautiful, beautiful, bright, white, sunlight type light penetrating us in our crown chakra, our hearts, and before our hearts, our minds, our sacral chakra, all the way to the second and the root chakra. And let us allow this beautiful, consoling, healing light to literally rearrange our molecular structure. Let us allow the divine light, the divine hands, the blessing to reach the deepest pieces of our soul, all the areas of our perispirit and our physical body. Let us feel warmer. Let us embrace fully, with so much faith, this divine light shower that we are so grateful for. And at the same moment, we're visualizing that all darkness, sadness, all worries, all heaviness, all anger and depression may leave our space, our body, mind, and spirit, our soul. This light is washing away all impurities and imbalances. And all of this is being released into Mother Earth. Let us visualize a purple flame that is reabsorbing all that we don't need any longer. Let us take a deep inhale and exhale. Let us continue to visualize this warm divine light healing our body, mind, and spirit. And let us release further, releasing everything that is not aligned with God, that is not aligned with Jesus' love. And we're opening our hearts further, literally like a window, the soul of our hearts and minds, our hearts and souls open wide. Let us allow this healing to penetrate deeply and even deeper. Let us take one more deep breath. And let us thank God and His goodness, His mercy, His justice. Let us thank Jesus, our guide and model, our guiding light, our fuel love, for His protection, for His selflessness to come before us and to walk on the earth, showing us exactly through what He said and didn't say of how to become the light of the earth. Thank you, Jesus, for making it so easy for us. Thank you. And let us thank the beautiful mentors of this group that are here to let their light shine on us, to illuminate our paths, to give us hope and consolation and healing. And also let us warmly thank our own mentors for their beautiful service to us from the cradle to the grave. Thank you for allowing us to have this moment to learn and incorporate this lesson in our hearts and minds so we can take it into our night, into our sleep. We ask that we will be made use of so we can serve even during our night hours. And of course, tomorrow morning, when the new day starts with new opportunities to let our light shine. And so be it. And so it is. Thank you.
And thank you, Sunshine. So beautiful. Thank you.
So much for having me.
Gratitude.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you for being here with us. Thank you for sharing your
Okay.
life once more.
Anytime. Thank you so
God
much.
bless you.
God bless you too. Good night.
Good night,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.